Blow your backside off chicken soup with Brown George? What or who is Brown George?
What or who is Brown George?
That's what I said.
My mother's recipe, we used to call it Brown George, seeded brown bread.
Right.
I don't know where it came from, but we were calling it Brown George always.
Each to their own. To make Brown George, she mixes flour with yeast and seeds before giving it all a stir.
Is Brown George going to win me the bread, though?
I'll do the best I can for you, Lynn.
Come on, Georgie boy.
Ooh, that's the spot, Lynn. Work it, work it. Now leave me here, and I'll try to rise to the occasion.
Bread done, it's onto the chicken soup. What was it called again?
We call it blow your bottom off chicken soup because it's very spicy and you need to put the toilet roll in the fridge because it does blow your bottom off.
Well, that's lovely. In goes chopped galangal, onion, ginger, lemongrass, 3 whole chilies, and the chicken.
I mean, I like the really basic chicken soup that you get in a tin.
It's not going to be that, I'm afraid, as Lynn is dishing up her bottom-burning spicy soup with her family nicknamed bread, Brown George. You're right, George.
We'll have an old look here now. Yeah, it's good, it's perfect.
Glad to hear it. She cuts a few slices of George with a side of curly butter. And it's good to go. Blow your backside off chicken soup with Brown George.
It's a little bit spicy. The brown bread is my mother's recipe, Brown George. So that will help you to cope with the spice, I hope. And the butter is an Irish butter, so it's very creamy.
I love it. I think it's got a little bit of fire. It's got a little bit of kick. It's a lovely, lovely soup. I mean, I was worried initially when I heard Brown George.
Oh, really?
I thought, you know, is that what's supposed to come out of me? I blow your backside off soup.
Oh, that's so funny. Did you make that connection from the menu?
Yeah.
And you didn't?
Oh, I love it.
I get a bit scared about, like, hot food. I can cope.
Good woman.
I die inside, but I can cope a bit.
I love the oiliness to it. It takes out some of that, like, heat. So the warmth is in, but the burn is gone.
Oh, very good. You should be a food critic.
I actually didn't think it was too spicy. Maybe it promised a little bit more heat and spice than it delivered.
It was just chicken soup with a few kind of additions, really.
I think this is the best soda bread I've ever tasted.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm on a winner. Thank you, Monica.
I was expecting a total disjointed mess, but what we got was a very well-crafted and well-put-together starter.
Backside's intact, the conversation takes a magical turn.
How did you get on with the candle spell that I left for you guys?
We haven't completed our homework, I'm afraid.
Oh, you haven't completed. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
There was a lot of words on a bit of paper.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think that through. Good point. It's a bit of hocus pocus, but I have used candles over a number of years. When somebody says, I need some good luck, you light the candle and you let the candle burn out. And by the time the candle burns out, it's thrown up into the ether to help you or whatever you wish for.
I don't believe in it per se, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be wary of messing with anything like that
Yes.
for fear of my life.
Then she kind of reminds me of my crazy grandma.
She a retired Irish teacher too?
Alex, what do you think about spells? Do you think it's hocus pocus or do you see any bit of reality in it?
I think that, I think it's fun. Love a bit of fun. Sadly, nothing I've ever wished for with magic has ever come true, though. With the magic and the solstice themes, I was picking up kind of Gaia-type Earth Mother vibes.
Ken, what about you? What do you think about the magic in the spells?
I'm all for it, right? If that's what you believe in, then I think it's lovely. As long as that makes you happy, that's all that matters, really. Who am I to judge, right?
You judged your crazy grandma a minute ago.
Taking Lynn's candle home and lighting up will make a nice fragrance, but I'm not sure I would follow up with the wish and the spell. Although, who knows?
Do you practice meditation, Lynn?
I don't know.
I would have put a very large bet on you absolutely being into meditation.
No, I don't practice meditation because I do go off when I get in, when I do something serious and when I'm engaged in it. It's as if I'm transformed somewhere else.
Wow.
Yeah, best leave the meditation alone if I were you.
I've practiced a few times. There's proven science to show that you can relieve the stress and anxiety. Quick 8-minute practices, not like floating up in the air.
And have you done this yourself?
I've done it myself. I'd say I live quite an anxious-free, stress-free life, so I don't really need it, but I've practiced it and I've...
You're above it.
I'm not above it.